Hello, Doreen Corby here, life and business coach. Hello, millionaire mamas. I am so happy to be with you today. Today is the first day that I am going to be recording the podcast and also uploading it on YouTube. So you can see me do this live. You can see my face, and it's perfect for today's title, which is why and why not to have a YouTube channel. I'm really excited to talk to you about this today. I hope you're all doing great. I love being with you every single week. And I went just recently through this process on my own. I have some notes here. And so I really wanted to share it with you. For those of you who are considering starting a YouTube channel, I want to talk to you about your intentions behind that, because that is what's going to drive the success of the channel. So firstly, did you know I have a YouTube channel? How fun is that? I just launched it last week. It's got 3 amazing trainings specifically on the nervous system already downloaded. I actually just recorded a few more short videos that by the time you guys see this will be up there. I'm going to be populating it with a mix of shorter videos, longer videos. I just have a lot that I want to share, and I think that it will be helpful for you to see me as I deliver some of this. It is just, you can go to YouTube and just search Doreen Corba. Definitely subscribe, because I'm not sure that I'll get into a regular rhythm of like when I'm going to be releasing and all that good stuff. I am just going to let it unfold, which is part of my strategy. That is intentional. So definitely hit subscribe so that you do get notified when a new video is released. I promise you, I will only put out videos that I think are very valuable, that I would want to receive, that I would want the info on. So know that hitting subscribe is awesome. And if you're watching this on YouTube and you are not following Millionaire Mamas in the Making, my podcast is a top 2% global podcast. That means of all the podcasts in all the land, we are in the top 2%, which is pretty phenomenal. And I think at this point, we're like under 100 episodes and we've already reached that rank. So it's got an incredible amount of content on there. And it's for everyone, even though it's for millionaire mamas. You guys know I love my mamas. It's just really for anyone that wants to create their dream life, that really wants to just live big. You know, we're not here to play small. We're here to live big. So today we're going to talk about the YouTube channel. And if you are considering launching a YouTube channel, and one of the considerations may be, should I do a podcast? Should I do a YouTube channel? Should I just like stick with Instagram stories? Should I do Facebook Lives? Should I do a Facebook group? I mean, I'm not really in the land of Facebook groups anymore. You guys, I think you guys know I had a very successful Facebook group called the Level Up Community when I was really focused on mindset. And most of my clients came from there. But when I launched my podcast about 2 years ago, I shut that down. Simply because I didn't love serving there anymore. I felt called to serve on the podcast, and now I feel called to serve on YouTube. So this is strategy number 1 for if you are considering launching a YouTube channel, or honestly, launching any marketing strategy. Do you want to? I really want to know that. Do you want to do this? These things are commitments. For the podcast, I show up and there's a whole strategy behind the podcast where not only do I need to create the content, I need to first think of the content, right? Like I have to be a thought leader. So you have to ask yourself, do you have regular streams of consciousness that are really high quality that can really impact someone else? Is that hard to formulate? And if so, there are ways to kind of pull that out of you, but do you want to? And in what ways do you want to show up? If you're not comfortable on video, then YouTube's probably not the way to go right away. I'm very comfortable on video. I've been doing this. I mean, I've been I mean, even before I had my own business, I spoke all over the world. I did a keynote this year. So I am used to speaking. I am used to delivering my own message. But now it's to the point where like I literally have 3 sentences of notes here, and I'm creating an entire podcast for you and a YouTube video for you. Like it's not exhausting for me to create content for you on either one of these platforms. Now you have to take into consideration, if you don't want to, it will be very hard. And if business is already hard, you don't need to add more hard, right? You need to look at what's working and do more of what's working. Okay. So we always want to look at what's working and do more of that before we add anything else. And it may not need to do more of what's working. You may just need to put more heart into what's working. You may need to put more authenticity. You may need to hold back less. We all know what our growth edges are. So number 1, should you or should you not do a YouTube video? Do you want to? Okay. Number 2, why do you want to? This is the tricky slope. If you want to, because you want to expand your audience, reach people in a way where they're already taking in information, be on the number 1, it's like the number 1 search engine, right? If you want to level up in that way, these were my reasons. My reasons were, I have things I want to share with you that aren't always the length of a podcast. They could be like 5 minutes, 7 minutes. So I wanted a space to be able to share those smaller things with you. I also wanted a place where you could see me delivering the podcast if you prefer to get your information, your knowledge that way. Like I want to give that option to each of you. Of course, I want to expand my audience. I'm on a freaking mission here for every woman to blow the lid off of their life. I want every woman who's been told that they can't have it all to have it all. I want you to have a beautiful family life. I want you to travel the world if that's what you want. I want you to have a big booming business that doesn't drain you, that gives you life. Like I want you to be in the top health of your life. I want you to have all the things. And because of that, that means, of course, I want to reach more people. Hi, I'm in business. My name's Doreen, and I want to reach more people. I know you do too. And YouTube is a great way to do that. So the intention behind launching anything, but we're taking the YouTube channel for today, is that I want to serve you. I want to serve more people, and I want to serve more people like you. Okay. Also, I have a lot of things that I write. You guys know I do all of my own writing, and I probably will never, ever give that up. I love to write. So all of my ideas start as either an email blast or a social post, and then I expand on them. So a lot of the topics, I'll write like a short post, and then I'll be like, oh, but there's so much more I want to say. So I'll do a YouTube video for you, right? So these are my intentions. I want to serve you. I want to serve you in a more robust way. And I want to connect with you, right? And I want you to feel connected with me. If you are thinking, oh, I want to do a YouTube channel so I can, have like paid ads, or I want to do a YouTube channel to make money, I highly recommend you don't do it. Same thing with the podcast. Oh, I want a podcast so that I have ads and the ads can pay me. Great. Like, no, that's not why we do things. There is an episode that I recorded. I don't know what number it is, but you can go back and those of you who've been with me for a while know this episode, but I talk about this all of the time. You cannot have service and making money as an entrepreneur as the top priority. One or the other is always in the running. Whenever service is in the running, then it's heart-led, and it is a decision that when no one is buying from you, when no one is clicking subscribe, when no one is watching your videos and you're showing up and you're going to put them out anyway, which is what I'm about to do, It's what I'm doing, right? That's how you know it's the right decision. If you're in service, that is how you become a millionaire mom in the making. And, in the manifestation world, they talk about collapsing time, which is like basically a quantum leap, which we've talked a lot about on this podcast. And when we collapse time, it's because we have put our service first and we have created value from a service perspective. When you put, as an entrepreneur, making money first, not only will it take longer to make the money, but you will get way more discouraged when things don't go the way that you planned, right? So if you launch a YouTube channel to get ads and you start creating content and value from the space of, I need to make money, I want to make money, I want to make money, I want to make money, that content comes with that energy. People can feel that shit. We do not like that. No one likes that. So know that content, that energy that you're using to push that out is actually pushing people away. So that is the reason it doesn't work. It doesn't work. So of course we're entrepreneurs. Of course we want to grow our businesses, but they will naturally grow if you are leading from a place of just like really wanting to help people, especially for those of us that are helping humans, like in the emotional space, like myself. But even if products are different, but I'm really talking about service-based entrepreneurs here. We really want to put being in service first and foremost. And then making money will happen when you're in service. If you put making money as a top priority, and service is just, and I'm also going to be valuable. What happens is what I described, which is you get like crappy content. It's like half-assed. It's not as good. You're easily frustrated when you're not getting the dopamine hit of the likes and subscribes or whatever it is. And it can be very frustrating and to stick with it. When you don't stick with it, not only does your audience get confused, but you've wasted your time. And as entrepreneurs, and especially as mamas, like we do not have time to waste. So you always know why you want to do something is because A, you want to, B, because you want to expand your audience, serve in a different way, maybe serve in a way that people have asked you to, like they've asked me to, or in a way that feels good to you. And because there's a space for what it is that you're creating. So like I said, for me, I have like smaller segments of things that I want to share with you guys that honestly, like with Facebook algorithms and Instagram, I'm not even sure you all are seeing that. So I can control that on YouTube. And I feel really good about that. And it's not something I've done before, and it's going to be fun. It's something I've always wanted to do. And there's no better time than now. So whenever you're considering doing something, it is tricky. And the reason, I'm sure all of you are thinking, well, of course, I always want to be in service. Yes. If you are listening to me, if you are following me, you are a heart-driven, mission-driven, incredible entrepreneur. That I know for sure. But as entrepreneurs, we have like shadow sides to our entrepreneurship, and it is normal to want to make money. Of course, that's what drives us, right? Like that is part of why we do what we do, is so that we can, generate more money, so we can do, things for others, right? It's such a cycle, but it can be sneaky. And you always want to check in, especially before a big decision, which is around something that's going to take time. Like I have help with my podcast. Like I don't edit it myself. I have Amanda, my virtual assistant, who helps me. I have a podcast editor who helps me. Like it's a whole thing. And so I invest in that. Same thing with YouTube. Like we need to upload, we need to do the things. Like I'm not doing any of that. I pay to have that done because that is how our team functions. So know that when you are putting this investment of time and this investment of money into something, you want to do it because you want to. You want to do it because You think someone needs it because you believe in the way that it's going to be delivered. I'll also add this. When I was starting the podcast, I remember a very similar thinking, which was I didn't feel as comfortable showing up in the Facebook group. I didn't know who saw it. And I loved the idea of like being in someone's ears while they're folding laundry, especially my millionaire mamas, like folding laundry, doing dishes, driving in the car. Like when you want that extra support and you can get it in, in an instant through a podcast, through a YouTube channel, you're not going to fumble through Facebook so you can push play on a video. It just didn't make sense for my audience anymore. So that's the last thing I would add is like, where does your audience show up? Where do they get their information? Where do they want to receive their information from? By the way, if you have a Facebook group, hell yes. The key here is, do you want to? Right? I mean, I know millionaires that have Facebook groups and they're awesome and I'm in them and I love them, right? But I'm not going to the Facebook group while I'm driving to hit play on the video. I'm going to a podcast, or if I'm Googling like, some nervous system stuff or whatever, I will go to YouTube. Or if I'm Googling pretty much anything, like how to build XYZ, I'm heading to YouTube. So my clients are like me, like attracts like. So if I'm going to these search engines, so are my clients, so are my audience members, and so are the women that I want to be in front of so that I can make a bigger impact. So those are the things I want you to be thinking about when you're starting anything new. And if you have a YouTube channel, I want to watch it. You have to message me. You have to screenshot this episode and tag me on Instagram and let me know like what your YouTube channel is. I love it. I want to see what you got. And I love being with you, in this way. I'm so happy to be back. I had taken a break from the podcast and it was wonderful. It was a wonderful break. I got caught up on so many things on the home front, which was awesome. And now I'm back. And so I just wanted to give you a sneak peek into how I'm thinking about starting new things and how I hope you are too. This is what I teach my clients. This is always my formula. And it is paying off. It pays off because no matter what happens, I'm still showing up, doing my thing, feeling good about it. And that's what I want for you. That's how we build our dream businesses, by doing what we love, all day, every day. So if we're not connected, let's connect. And because the podcast is back and the YouTube channel is new, I would so appreciate if you would screenshot this and share it with your network. Let's get more women here so we can create a larger community, and tag me because I want to follow you back. Okay. All right. I am so happy to be back with you. And the Healing Circle is still enrolling. I should have mentioned that in the beginning, but the Healing Circle is still enrolling unless by the time you listen to this, it is full, but just reach out if you want more information about the Healing Circle. This is where we really do this nervous system work. This is where we really heal these patterns that are holding each and every one of you back. This is where we do that incredible work in a really small, tight-knit community. There's actually a whole podcast on the Healing Circle if you want, more details about it. And of course, it's on my website at DoreenCorba.com, Healing Circle. You will also see testimonials on there and just like really what it's like to be inside the Healing Circle. All right, my friends, I will see you next week.